Are you going to guide us through our impartial gratitude list? I'd love it.
Okay, yes, I am, but I have to, before I do that, I have to explain the third part. And so
Oh,
the third
absolutely. No,
part,
why don't you review parts 1 and 2?
okay. So part one of the impartial gratitude list is that you list, if you find yourself in a situation where you're really like you're having an intense emotion, or something's really worrying you or bothering you, you put that down on the list first, just so that you can get it out and you can, you can just notice it. So I call that the duff, the doubts, uncertainties, fears. Now, you're not always going to start your gratitude list off with your doubts, uncertainties, and fears, but if there is one screaming at you, you put it down. You say, I am grateful for this anxiety, this loneliness, this sense of, whatever. And it just helps even just to name it. And then you leave it. The second part is just the genuine, like, wow, I am surrounded by blessings and abundance and goodness, and whatever you can think of, you name it. I'm grateful for, the amazing dinner I had. I'm grateful for my family, you name it. The third
Grateful for
part,
sunshine. You can be grateful for rain. You can be
it's
grateful for anything.
like, it just, and you'll see, because we're going to practice this, but I mean, even just hearing me talk about it, I know that you know what I'm saying. When you start thinking about how good life is, it fills your whole body and your whole, and it's very helpful. The third part is that you write down that you're grateful for something that you're wanting to call into your life, that you're wanting to experience, but you write it down as if it's already happened. And this is a little bit of magical manifestation, like, stuff, but it's very potent. And it's, at the very least, it's very good to know what you want in life. And so it gives you an opportunity to think, oh, well, I want to experience like this type of relationship, or I want to experience, this type of dinner, or this type of space, whatever. You put it down. I'm grateful for this spacious house that I share with my family, where everybody has room to grow and play, and you write it as if it's happening. And that feels really cool too. So let's try it.
Beautiful.
So let's take 3 deep breaths. Close your eyes. And I want you to breathe out 3 times. And now I want you to, just in your mind, you can write the words I'm grateful for. And maybe if you have something that's jumping to mind, something you're worried about, put it there. I'm grateful for, insert blank, something you're worried about. And just notice what happens when you frame it in a container of gratitude. Does it feel different? Does it feel lighter? Does it feel more expansive? Like there's more possibilities to it, maybe. So you're grateful for something you're worried about. That's kind of weird. Then I want you to notice something or a few things in your life that you are genuinely just you truly appreciate. The presence of certain people, or certain resources, or technologies, anything, food, water, air. And lastly, I'm grateful for, and then inserts an experience that you want to experience in your life, but frame it as being present tense. And just bask in that for a moment, because that's like the cherry on top of this list. That's why I put it at the end. But it's also just like, it's really, that would have to be a whole other interview, but the power of doing the personal inventory, the gratitude, and then the calling in what you want to experience, that is like a love letter to your entire life.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Yeah,
this practice is outlined in, I actually published a journal called the Courage to Change Recovery Journal, which
and you did,
I'll show
yes.
you.
Mhm.
And I run a group in the Serenity Circle based on this. And you can get a free digital copy of it if you join the Serenity Circle and you're in that group. And the practice that I just talked about, the impartial gratitude practice, is in there along with a couple other really kind of unique practices that
Yeah.
for all the journalers out there.
Mhm.
Otherwise, just try this in your mind, throughout the day. When you're in the grocery store and and you find yourself worrying about something, try saying, I'm grateful for, even if it's just out of this rebellion. Like, I was talking to my husband about this the other day. I was like, you know what I really love about that practice is that, it's like I take my power back. Like, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. Even if I'm upset right now. If I'm grateful I'm upset, I'm still winning. In
That's
my
just,
mind,
yeah,
I'm
yeah, there
winning
you go.
because
Yeah.
I'm not letting it take me. I am no, I'm claiming you.
Not taking me down.
I'm claiming you, and you're going to do what I say. I'm going to use you in the way I want. You're not going to use me in the way that, yeah. So,
I like that. You rebel.
yeah.
Love it. I love it. That is
How to
beautiful.
win at worry.
And
Book two.
you reminded me, I remember sitting in the rooms of Al-Anon for many years and listening to people would share, I am so grateful for my problem drinker. Because it brought
Mm,
me here and all the
yeah.
growth that I experienced from being here. And I used to sit there and say, you guys are out of your mind. I would say that, but I was thinking it. I'm like, how can you be grateful for this god awful experience? It's like, I would never say that. But then I did a couple
Well,
years
then,
later when I look at the evolution, the growth that came out of that horrible situation that I was dealing with at the time. And it was horrible, but I can actually look back and say I'm grateful for it because of what I grew and what I learned from it and what became of it. Look what became. I
well,
would
I'm
never
grateful for it because, yeah, look at what you're creating. Look
look
at
what
this
yeah,
group.
yeah.
Look at the people you've drawn. I mean, the people in the Serenity Circle, the other contributors. I
Mhm.
mean, you have drawn an amazing group of
I really
people.
have. And
Yeah.
it was all
So,
stemmed from that awful
yes.
situation. And I think I really
Yes.
need to live that, survive it. And then I knew I had to do something with it.
Yeah.
Right.